Hello, high school football fans, and welcome to Minster, Ohio, and Memorial Field, where it is round 2 OHSAA football playoff action between the St. Henry Redskins and the Minster Wildcats. I'm Dave Bowen. It is my pleasure to be doing play-by-play this evening, and Jack McGuire will be our color analyst. St. Henry and Minster, Jack, it's going to be a good one.
Action's always a good night, and these two are setting up to be a good matchup between two quality defenses, two high-quality quarterbacks. This is what you want for playoff football.
St. Henry comes into tonight's contest with an overall record of 7-4. They finished 5-3 in the MAC, good enough for a fourth-place finish under the direction of head coach Josh Whirling in his first year. And he is a cousin to the quarterback, one Charlie Whirling. What are the keys for St. Henry tonight, Jack, to be successful?
Well, you can't let Brogan Steffi eat. He has over 3,000 yards of offense on the year, 34 total touchdowns during the regular season. Contain him in the pocket. Let someone else beat you, not him, and you got to create turnovers. To beat Minster, you need the ball in your hands to answer their explosive offense. St. Henry +4 during the regular season in turnover margin compared to Minster's +2, and then run the ball, shorten the game. This has to be the bread and butter of this offense. You got to keep that clock ticking and keep it out of Minster's hands as much as possible.
I agree with you, Jack. St. Henry, they want this game to be fast as far as the clock turning. Minster, they come into tonight's contest with an overall record of 9-2, 6-2 in the MAC. They finished third in the conference under the direction of head coach Seth Whiting in his 9th year. The Whiting name not unfamiliar to the Midwest Athletic Conference. His father was a very successful coach at Delphi St. John's. Minster, the keys for them tonight, quote unquote, they are the favorite. This is a number 2 versus a number 7.
Yeah, and for them, it's really just sticking to fundamentals and keeping it simple. Be great tacklers. St. Henry has a very balanced offense. Don't allow them to break off big plays on you, and then win the line of scrimmage. Both sides of the ball, the big guys got to go to work, especially keep this offense clicking and allow Steffi room to work. He can do damage on his legs, as we've seen. He can do damage through the air, as it's known. And then no self-inflicted wounds. So fundamental football goes a long way. With a team like this, limiting the mental errors are going to open up plenty of opportunities on both sides of the ball.
Jack, we had Minster early in the season against Coldwater, a great game right here at Memorial Field.
Indeed.
We saw how Minster, they do have a balanced offense. They can throw it, they can run it. So can St. Henry, but St. Henry wants to rely on the run a little bit more. It reminds me a little bit of a gang fight. Let's go West Side Story, the Sharks and the Jets. If you're Minster, you want to have that fight out in an open, abandoned lot. If you're St. Henry, you want to fight in a phone booth. We're going to see what happens tonight. It's going to be a good one. It's the Sharks and the Jets. It's the Wildcats and the Redskins. It is Tony and Bernardo. Let's see what happens, Jack. It's going to be a good one. Playoff football in the MAC. Welcome back again to Memorial Field for tonight's St. Henry Minster playoff football game. We'll see how this act unfolds. That is the play of Ohio high school football. We want to welcome our presenting sponsor tonight, Rural First. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Rural First, the leader in rural lending. Rural First can help you live closer to what matters. St. Henry comes in offensively averaging 25.6 points per game and giving up 17.2. Minster, they put 37.5 points up per game and give up 14.3. St. Henry, though, they are on a 5-game winning streak, Jack, and they've done it with defense. They have not given up any more than 14 points in any of those 5 wins.
And what's floating under the radar for that defense is their passing defense. The St. Henry team is second in the MAC in passing defense, only allowing just over 1,000 yards total on the season and only 9 touchdowns through the air. So it'll be interesting to see how that defense handles Brogan Steffi if they can contain him in the pocket and he does have to launch it.
And Minster, they have scored 35 points or more in 4 of their last 5 games. The game that they didn't, a shutout by Marion Local, but that is something a lot of opponents have in common with Marion Local. So Minster, they've been putting points on the board, so you have the immovable object versus the unstoppable force.
Yeah, and for Minster on that offense, keep an eye. James Niemeyer has missed a lot of games this year, and he's coming off a third-team All-State selection last year. This is that type of game where it's his time to get in the moment and have a big game. So just keep your ears open for the name James Niemeyer. See if he can have a big game tonight.
James Niemeyer, yes, number 15 for Minster. We want to mention our quarterbacks tonight. The 2 best quarterbacks in the league as voted on by the conference coaches. Stephen Brogy, the player of the year in the Midwest Athletic Conference, and obviously a first-team selection. And Charlie Whirling, the second teamer at quarterback in the MAC. It's going to be fun watching these 2 guys lead their teams.
2 QBs that really know how to get it done through the air and on the ground. Those kind of guys that you got to keep an eye on at all times.
So we're going to get things started here. Playoff football. Who's going to advance to round 3 and play the winner of Cincinnati College Prep in Fort Laramie? Getting ready to kick it off. Owen Zimmerman, he puts it away. And here we go at the 18-yard line. Minster with the football, and they bring it up to the 31-yard line. And that is number 8 for Minster, Dylan Heitkamp with the return. So Minster on their own 31 will take over the first possession, and we're going to see this offense come out under the leadership again of the player of the year in the Midwest Athletic Conference on the offensive side of the ball, number 12, Stephen Brogy.
Yep, 3,000 yards on total yards on the season. Definitely somebody you got to keep watch for.
Yeah, Brogan Steffi in the quarterback position, and he takes a shotgun. He's going to run it right up the middle, and he is going to pick up a first down and more. Gets all the way to the 46-yard line. Brogan Steffi, and that is a first down. Our first down sponsors, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, located in Wapak, Delphos, and St. Mary's. Locally owned and operated. Lee's, it's not just famous for chicken. We're famous for catering, too.
And he took on the entire defense there, looking to make a statement early on, just running over people on that run.
So 1st and 10 right at the 45-yard line. There's a fumble, and it looks like St. Henry may have it. Not for sure. No call yet. We see it here on the replay.
It was on the handoff, just not a clean handoff. And it looks like Minster actually jumped on it right there.
So our instant replay brought to you by Burke Petroleum. Burke Petroleum is now offering propane for residential, farm, commercial, and industrial users. Burke Petroleum, dependable, available, 800-776-3096. Going to be a loss of 5 yards. Put the ball back on the 40, 2nd down and 15. Brogan Steffi again in the shotgun. Looks to pass here, goes to his left. Oh, a nice catch by Cole Albers. Reels that one in. Put a star beside that one, Jack. That was a great pitch and catch. Albers pulls it in with one hand.
Absolutely great hand-eye coordination. I tell you what, I couldn't do it. That's why they're down there and I'm up here. But what an amazing catch. Not only to grab it and corral it with the one hand, but to stay in bounds, know where you are, and get a lot of those yards back.
That's a 14-yard gain. Makes it 3rd and short. Again, Steffi in the shotgun with Schmeezing beside him, and we have all kinds of movement. And the flags fly. And it's going to be illegal procedure against Minster. Good time to introduce our officiating crew. Our referee is Bill Crew, umpire Bob McCullough, line judge Steve Oren. Our center judge is Michael Sparks, linesman Rusty Crew, and our back judge is Charles Gasparetti. So what was 3rd and short, right at midfield now, goes back to Minster's side of the 50, 3rd and 6. Steffi passes down the middle, finds Dylan Heitkamp across the middle. He's going to pick up the first down and more.
And you see it here, Steffi just weaving it in there. Not exactly a soft spot, but enough to get that ball in to Heitkamp, get the first down.
Goes to the St. Henry 34-yard line. A pickup of 12 on the play. Schmeezing with the carry, goes behind the right side of that offensive line, gets the ball up to the 29, 30-yard line. It's going to be second and about 6.
Schmeezing knows how to do some damage too. A little under 700 yards rushing on the year, 12 touchdowns. He can do it when it's Steffi's not the one doing it. So
yeah,
definitely listen for his name too.
Goes behind the right side of that offensive line. Tyler Hess, Will Frimmel, and Ian Homan. Frimmel, a first-team max selection. Homan, a second-teamer. Steffi pushes Heitkamp out to the right and Schmeezing to his left. He's going to keep it and go off the left side of the offensive line. He sees daylight. He's at the 10, the 5. Peter Minster, Brogan Steffi. A 30-yard run, and Minster hits the scoring column on their first drive, Jack.
And it starts with Schmeezing. They fake the handoff to him. I just said you got to pay attention to both guys. And they took the risk on Schmeezing, gave Brogan Steffi just enough room to weave his way, and then it's just a foot race. And you know Brogan Steffi's going to win most of those. Wildcats getting the lead early.
Minster sets up for the extra point. Your kicker, Beckham Steffi. And he puts it through, makes it 7-0. Minster strikes on that first. Our scoreboard sponsor for tonight's game is Stockler Concrete. Stockler Concrete in St. Henry. With us, you are more than a number. And Jack, I gotta say it, Stockler Concrete, that's who built my basement for my
so
house.
You would know.
Yeah,
so
back
you
in
know
2007. Outstanding. Thank you for sponsoring high school sports on WOSN. That drive for Minster covered 6 plays, took 2 minutes and 19 seconds. 6 plays, 54 yards, capped off by a Brogan Steffi 30-yard run. Beckham Steffi squibs that one. St. Henry's going to have good field position right there. Number 1, Jared Neatfeld picks that one up, and St. Henry's going to start their job, or their first drive, close to their own 40-yard line. Let's see where they mark it officially, Jack, but nothing like getting a good field position to start things off after giving up a score.
Even a little bit of good field position. Yeah, you're in your own territory still, but you ain't got much to work with to get into that Wildcat territory.
So they're going to be on their own 40-yard line. Again, now we see the second team quarterback in the MAC, Charlie Whirling, lead things here for the Redskins. He's going to hand that one off. And Minster defensively, they are right there on that one. A stop in the backfield. Drew Langenkamp, your ball carrier, nothing there, no daylight whatsoever.
And that was Will Frimmel, the first teamer on both defense and offense. So we know he can get it done on the line.
Absolutely. I noticed that in my prep work for this game. Very impressive. Will Frimmel, first team, both sides of the line in the MAC. That is an accomplishment. A loss of 3 on the play. And now we're going to blow that one dead before it starts. Looks like it's going to be illegal procedure, and it is against St. Henry. So a negative play and now a penalty, and they're going to be behind the sticks here on second down. Not what you want, Jack.
Both these teams getting a little bit of jitters. We saw Minster have a few issues penalty-wise, and now St. Henry really setting themselves back, looking at a long, long trip when they started with decent field position.
Yeah, they're on their own 32-yard line now because of the penalty. Second and 18. Whirling fakes the throw. He's going to run it. He does use his legs quite a bit for his team, and he gets back to and past the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 3rd and 8. Much more manageable, but again, It's a long 8 yards to get that first down here.
Credit Whirling, though, willing to take on everybody on the defense just to fight for a chance to get that first down here on third down.
Again, we talked about both of these quarterbacks leading their teams, and you mentioned their stats a little bit. Whirling leads St. Henry in rushing, averages 5.5 per carry. He's going to look to throw the ball here, has time, looks to go long and over the top, and it is caught. It is caught by Carter LaGuire, the second team max selection. Whirling to LaGuire. Nicely done there, Jack McGuire.
And you know why, because Cole Richard had perfect play on that ball. He saw it. He went for it. I got to tell you, that young man just wanted it more.
Yeah,
LaGuire just wanted it more.
All the way down to the Minster 14-yard line. That is a 45-yard pass completion. Whirling to LaGuire, and St. Henry finds themselves in the red zone on the Minster 14. Empty backfield for Whirling. Rolls to his right, and he's going to throw deep again, and it's going to be clearly out of the back of the end zone. Second down and 10 now for the Redskins.
Just a hair too deep, but like I said before, both teams with those early jitters and then immediately coming up with big plays to eliminate those mental errors and eliminate that maybe a little second guessing with those early penalties.
Yeah, and it's not like these two teams don't know each other. They played in the Mud Bowl on September 27th, a game that was won by Minster at the end of the game.
Those are the good old-fashioned football games.
Yeah, 12-7, a touchdown from Steffi to Heitkamp with 18 seconds to go. We're going to go around the left side of St. Henry, and they're close to the first down sticks. Drew Langenkamp with the carry.
A little option play work there.
Yes.
You like to see that. Don't see that too often anymore.
Gets that down to the Minster 8-yard line. So that was a gain of 6. Make it third and a long 3 for St. Henry.
When you're getting into situations like this, too, we mentioned Whirling leading the team in rushing. He has 17 rushing touchdowns on the year. Nobody else on the team has more than one.
Correct. So I think this is going to stay in his hands, but we're going to have a timeout. St. Henry's going to take the timeout. We'll take one as well. Minster 7, St. Henry 0 in the early going. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. Third and short for St. Henry, 2-down territory. And Whirling, he's going to roll to his right. Finds a receiver, but he goes over the top. And Jack, I'm going to be honest, I'm a little surprised they threw the ball right there.
Yeah, Whirling, we know he can do damage on his legs, but he saw his guy, and it was a good throw. The kid was open. He just left it a little too high for him. That one, you got to pinpoint it if you're wanting him to get that ball.
Yeah, that pass was intended for Jack Hulsman, and with no gain on the play, St. Henry is going to go with a field goal attempt. Let's call it a 24-yard attempt. It's up. And it is no good. No good by Owen Zimmerman right there. And Minster holds.
And Zimmerman only 1 of 2 on the year, so you had a 50-50 shot in all honesty and just can't come away with that one.
So a drive thwarted on downs with the field goal being missed, a 7-play drive. St. Henry, they take about 2 minutes and 31 seconds on that drive. Again, a great play from Whirling down to his receiver, Carter LaGuire, 45-yard gain, but nothing comes of it. Minster going to take over. St. Henry, they've had a really good job playing defense in their last several games, but they gave up that touchdown on the first drive. They got to stiffen up here. Steffi hands it off to Schmiesing, and he runs it for a short gain.
Yeah, and that last drive for St. Henry, for Minster, you take pride in that. That's as good of a turnover for them because you get a long drive out of St. Henry like that and it comes with no points. You got to think Minster's feeling good, and they, even in the first quarter, might smell blood in the water.
And here we go, Minster, 2nd down and 9. Again, this drive started on the 20-yard line. And Brogan Steffi pumps, and then he throws to his receiver, finds him over there on the right side. That is completed to number 1, Caleb Kaus.
And the pump fake, allowing the defense to just hold for a minute, making sure his man stays open, gets him on the sideline, gets the first down.
That moves the ball up to the 39-yard line. That is a gain of 18 on that play, and that is a Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken first down. Cole Albers moves from the left to the right side, and we're going to have a timeout. Minster we'll take a timeout here as well, as Coach Whiting wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. You're watching playoff football on WOSN. 1st and 10 for Minster right here on their own 39-yard line. Steffi hands it off to Schmiesing, goes around that right side, and he breaks some tackles. He's wheeling and dealing, spinning and pinning, and he gets up close to midfield, and that's going to be a Minster first down. So the timeout, they get everybody on the same page, and that is a 10-yard gain, puts the ball on the Minster 49-yard line. 1st and 10.
Start calling him Slippery Schmeezing. I don't know how he got through those defenders like that, but able to pick up the first down.
I love the alliteration, and again, that's another Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken first down for Minster. Steffi, he's going to keep it this time, goes right up the middle. Nice job on the interior defense for St. Henry. Brody Schwartz, the first one to meet
and takes
Steffi.
Takes a new meaning to strong arm, because that's the only way he caught Brogan Steffi, putting an arm out there and was able to hold on, or else Brogan might have had another first down.
Give it a gain of 5 on the play. And again, the St. Henry defense that's played so well in the last several weeks. They've got to stiffen up a little bit here. Steffi looking to go down the middle, and that one falls incomplete.
And I'm not going to lie, I think it was meant for, I can't see what number that was, but number 2, Cole Richard went for it, and I think that's just how that ball wasn't able to be caught. I think Brogan was looking more downfield, and the first receiver to cross it went for it.
Yeah, very seldom do you have any offensive play designed where 2 receivers are in the same spot, and that's what happened right there. I agree with you, Jack. A little bit of a mix-up on the route running for Minster. Makes it 3rd and a long 5 for the Wildcats. Some motion, getting everyone lined up. And again,
another timeout.
Yeah, here in the first quarter, Minster has to take their 2nd timeout. We'll take one as well. It's 7-0 Wildcats, 4:24 remaining in our first quarter. Tonight's touchdown sponsor is Wright State University. Whether you're interested in an associate or bachelor's degree, Wright State University Lake Campus offers something for you. Visit lake.wright.edu to apply today. Jack, 2 timeouts here in the first quarter by Minster. You typically don't see that in week 12 of the football season.
Got to make sure you're on the same page.
And just like last time, they hand it off to Schmiesing. Great interior blocking. He doesn't get touched for a long time on that run, and he's going to push it down to another first down. So both times they've taken timeouts, they've gotten a first down in the next play, but you only get 3.5. You can't take a timeout.
Took the words out of my mouth. You
Yeah.
love to see the big plays out of a timeout. You don't like to see those plays that get a yard or even negative yardage. So at least they're getting what they want.
It's a 12-yard gain for Minster. Steffi back to pass. He's looking deep, and he's going to go deep. He's got Niemeyer out there. Touchdown, Minster. Oh, he dropped it. He dropped it.
I mean, that got to get some of the rust off, but you need that ball. I mentioned Niemeyer in the pregame, and he had everything about that ball just slips through his hands. You know he wants that one back, and you know he wants his number called again.
James Niemeyer, his 4th game back this season, and he did. He was behind the defense, just unable to reel that one in. You hate physical errors as a coach, but they happen. It's the mental errors that are unexcusable, and you overcome the physical errors with good toughness, and that's what we're going to see, I think, right here as Minster takes the ball around the left side. And again, that's Schmiesing with the pigskin, and he picks up 4 on the play.
And it's nice to have a reliable back like that that's getting you those 4, 5, 6 yards a carry and giving you at least manageable yardage after that mental error that could have been a touchdown.
And what I think we'll see here again for Minster, keeping the ball on the ground, 2 down territory. You gave away a touchdown right there in all intents and purposes. You're going to try and keep momentum on your side. If you don't get the first down here, I see them going for it. And Steffi keeps it, and he gets stopped for looks like maybe a 1 or 2 yard gain.
Yep.
He's inside the 30, so again, I think we'll see Minster keep their offense on the field.
And you see the RPO option. He pulled it out to run it, but honestly, I think handing it off to Schmiesing might have gotten them, if not the first down, maybe a yard out. He had some open field in front of him.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of green pasture around the right side. But again, Brogan Steffi keeps that one. 4th and 3. He's going to look to throw. He's got Schmiesing out in the flats, but he's going to keep it and look to run this time on his own, and he does pick up enough for the first down. We see it on the Burke Petroleum replay. Good pursuit by St. Henry, Jack.
So you don't give it to Schmiesing on the right side the first time, so the next time, Brogan Steffi just says, here, I got it. I'll make up for it. It's fine. And he gets the first down.
Yeah, the quarterbacks meet there. It's Charlie Whirling on the tackle for St. Henry. Empty backfield for Minster. 2:19 remaining in our first quarter. And Steffi with a quick out, and he does find his receiver out there.
It's Niemeyer.
Yeah, there's James Niemeyer. He needed to get hit in order to catch the football.
You like to see it. After that potential touchdown, just get the ball in his hands. Give him that confidence that you know you can catch that football. Go get some more. We got a lot of game left.
And he picks up 7 on the catch. Ball's down there on the 17, 18-yard line of St. Henry. Inside the red zone. Steffi straight up the middle. And he is just digging for yardage right there. Again, the Burke Petroleum replay. Number 11 on the tackle, that's Braden Heath.
Commend Steffi, though. It's playoff football. He is willing to take on anyone in front of him. We saw it on the very first play of the game, that long first down run he had, taking on 2 or 3 defenders. And that one, he got open field, saw a guy in front of him and said, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Take me down.
It's a 12-yard gain, makes it 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. And the play clock is at 2-1. Minster gets the play off. And Schmiesing loses his footing, and basically no gain on that play as Braden Heath, again, defensively is there.
And that's not the slippery Schmiesing you want to see. That time, just not having his feet underneath him. Still able to get a couple yards, though. It's not a loss, so you can still get up, call the right play, keep this thing alive.
We'll call it a gain of 1. And this St. Henry defense, again, their backs are against the wall. They've got to keep Minster out of the end zone. Schmeezing with the football, goes to the left, and he drags St. Henry defenders with him, and he does reach pay dirt. Connor Schmeezing going up the left side of that offensive line.
And you see it. He just knows how to weave through those defenders left and right with his 5'7", 165 frame. He can get under those bigger guys' arms. He can get those 5-6 yards after making people miss.
He goes behind the left side of that offensive line. Grady Hine, Evan Pranger, and your center Tyler Hess. And there is the extra point from Beckham Steffi. Minster 14, St. Henry 0. 26 seconds left in your first quarter. It's playoff football on WOSN. Burke Petroleum is our instant replay sponsor this evening. Burke Petroleum is now offering propane for residential, farm, commercial, and industrial users. Burke Petroleum, dependable, available. 800-776-3097. So that drive for Minster covered 80 yards in 13 plays, took 4 minutes and 54 seconds to complete, finished off by a Connor Schmeezing 5-yard run. Beckham Steffi with the kick, and here comes St. Henry, and they get around the left side. This is exactly what the doctor ordered if you're a Redskins fan. All the way down inside the red zone on the kickoff return. Number 8 for St. Henry.
LaGuire.
Yes, Carter LaGuire.
We know what he can do as a receiver, but being able to be a playmaker on special teams, it just feels that much better when you set your team up almost where they left off when they turned it over that last drive. So just giving them another chance to try and punch this one in from a short distance.
It's going to be 1st and 10 on the Minster 16-yard line. St. Henry was down here on their first drive, came away with nothing, and nothing is the key word on that play because Charlie Whirling unable to get anywhere, the Minster defense up to the task on first down.
And he just ran into Max Kanapke, a wall of a player there. And we're going to flip the field now.
And that's the end of our first quarter. St. Henry 0, Minster 14. We'll be back with second quarter action after these. Our first down sponsor for tonight's game is Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, located in Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's, locally owned and operated. Lee's is not just famous for chicken, we're famous for catering too. It's going to be St. Henry football right here, and they now have it 2nd down and 10 on their own 16. A big offensive drive right here, critical for St. Henry after the long return by LaGuire. And right there we see Charlie Whirling going to the end zone with a pass. Not really anybody in the vicinity. It falls harmlessly to the ground, 3rd and 10.
And it's smart. You don't want to take a sack with such good field position. Yes, you're staring at 3rd down now, but he was getting chased and just letting that ball go. A little dangerous. There was a defender in the vicinity, but being able to just keep it alive from the original line of scrimmage, get rid of the ball. Too many times you see at all levels of football, guys try to get creative and take that sack when they don't need to.
This is a critical play for St. Henry right here. Down 2 scores. They've got to put themselves in a position to either get the first down or make 4th down manageable. Empty backfield. Whirling looks down the middle, and again he overthrows his intended receiver, Jack Hulsman, and that's going to make it 4th and 10. I think St. Henry, you got to keep the offense out there.
Yeah.
I don't even think you go for the 3-pointer at this point.
It's nothing against the kicker missing the original one, but you need to get on the board, or at the very least keep this drive alive. You are down 2 scores. You need something here, especially after 2 straight drives. Big plays give you amazing field position, and you can't cash in. So I don't hate the call of them going for it, despite it being 4th and long.
Yeah, this is a big play again. Third down was big. Nothing happened there. This is just that much bigger. Momentum in the balance, and they do connect. Nicely done there. Whirling to his receiver, Carter LaGuire.
When in doubt, go to him.
Exactly. And they do pick up the first down. And that is a Lee's Famous Recipe first down, and it is at the 5-yard line now. And St. Henry, they're in business. First and goal from the 5.
It's LaGuire. LaGuire's the name you keep hearing on these big and crucial plays for St. Henry as they keep trying to find the scoreboard.
An 11-yard passing catch from Whirling to LaGuire. And Whirling's going to keep this one and go straight up the middle. Not necessarily the tush push, but a big scrum. I think they were looking to have a student council meeting out there, the two schools.
And that's the effort you want to see.
Exactly.
That's the effort you want to see. Desperate for a score, taking on the entire defensive line, fighting for yardage to put them a yard out. You got to punch this one in.
Yeah, and I wouldn't get bored with success. I'd run the same play right here.
Why not?
Jack.
It worked.
1 yard's all you need. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Charlie Whirling, we do know he is a running quarterback, and he's going to do that. It goes right up the middle. St. Henry, they dent the scoring column as we see it on the Burke Petroleum replay.
He finds his home. Like we mentioned, 17 touchdowns on the ground during the regular season. Give him another one, and we still have a game here with the Redskins getting on the board.
Yeah, Minster doing some punching on their first 2 drives by scoring on both. St. Henry, after the long kickoff return by Carter LaGuire, they answer as well. And that kick is good by Owen Zimmerman with 10:55 remaining in our second quarter. Minster 14, St. Henry 7. Tonight's scoreboard is sponsored by Stockler Concrete in St. Henry. With us, you are more than a number. That was a 6-play drive for the Redskins, covering 16 yards, took 1 minute and 20 seconds, finished off by a 1-yard run by Charlie Whirling. Here's our kickoff, and it does go out of bounds. So Minster, they're going to get good field position here, Jack, to get things started with their third drive of the half.
And we see a St. Henry defense coming on the field that is very, very talented. You have them in second in team passing defense. You have 3 guys in the top 10 in total tackles. No representation on the All-MAC honors for St. Henry on defense.
Very
it's mind-boggling that not one guy. And they have the leading tackler by a significant margin in the conference in Brody Schwartz, 90.5 during the regular season. It's just crazy to me that they have no representation on those MAC honors.
You know, in 1972, the Miami Dolphins defense was called the no-name defense, given to them by Tom Landry, the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys at the time. That's what I'm going to say affectionately for St. Henry, a no-name defense, because they all do their job. But right here, a nice pitch and catch from Brogan Steffi.
Got a flag, though.
Yeah, to number 27, Tyler Bergman. But as you have pointed out, Jack, it looks like holding on Minster and St. Henry. They're definitely going to take that penalty.
Absolutely. And we started seeing some clean football those last drives from each team. It seemed like they got the jitters out, but that one just poor timing to start a drive, looking now at a 1st and 20, especially after that kick went out of bounds to give you great field position.
So Minster's now going to be on their own 25-yard line. See if the St. Henry defense can hold them to a 3 and out. We haven't seen that either way tonight thus far. St. Henry adjusts their defense. Brogan Steffi, empty backfield. 3 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Here we go. Steffen with the short pass.
Ooh.
Goes off of Niemeyer's No, that was number 10, excuse me. Yeah, Schmiesing's hands. St. Henry, that ball was floating in the air. It seemed like it was up there forever. St. Henry dives at it, but it hits the grass.
Steffi delivering a bullet to Schmiesing. Just bounces the wrong way. Thankfully, it was just out of the fingertips of St. Henry.
2nd and 20 now for Minster. 3 down linemen for St. Henry. Stephanie, and he's not going to get anywhere as he is tackled by Owen Zimmerman right at the line of scrimmage.
Actually, I think they might mark him back a yard.
Okay.
So I think they actually lost a yard there.
Yeah, and that's important. Those players, they want that stat, the TFL, the tackle for loss.
They keep track.
Yes.
What a big opportunity for St. Henry right here. You
sure
started at
is.
a 14-0 deficit, and now you have a chance to potentially get the ball back.
Same formation for Minster. 3 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Steffi's looking down the middle, and he finds Niemeyer, and he is going to pick up a nice gain, but he's going to be short. Look at the Burke Petroleum replay, Jack.
He is just perfect route running, able to get that ball. As I mentioned, we know he's talented, and Minster keeping the offense on the field. They're about 2 yards out of the first down.
Yeah.
Little gutsy here, but no guts, no glory, right, Dave?
Yeah, 18-yard gain, 4th and 2. Maybe they're going to try and pull St. Henry off sides.
Well, just in this drive, St. Henry has been a little flinchy a
yes,
couple
they
of
have.
times. So why not try and get them to jump? And that play clock's running down.
It sure is. And there it is. And Minster's going to take their 3rd timeout of the half. We'll take one as well. We've got 2 MAC teams getting after it here at Memorial Field in Minster. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Rural First, the leader in rural lending. Rural First can help you live closer to what matters. So, Jack, we have Minster coming back out on the field, and right now it looks like they're going to stay in a position where they're going to go for it. Could you see the pooch punt, maybe? But
I mean, what can't Steffi do? I mean,
yeah,
you
exactly.
might see it.
Yeah. All right, here we go. And they're going to signal the play in. The decision made from the sideline. They're going to pull him off again, and now another call from the sideline.
Can't afford.
I think Steffi's a little too close to his lineman to go with the pooch punt. They're going to go for it. They got it. Niemeyer, and he does make the catch. And that's going to be enough for the first down.
And they're going to Niemeyer. They are getting him involved. Even with that miss in the first quarter, they know who's going to be the one to make the plays. Not just get you big plays, just make the plays. He sat right over that first down marker, waited for that ball, and is able to keep this drive alive after looking at a 3rd and 21 at one point.
Jared Neatfield on the tackle, but you're right. James Niemeyer, Minster talked about when he was not in the lineup. He's back, and we can see how they feel so comfortable going to him. And this time he's going to take the ball around the left side on the jet sweep. We do have a flag. Looks like he picks up enough for a first down, but we may have holding on the edge.
Once again, it's in the position of holding, and you see it right there, potentially number 36, Isaac Larger. So
our officials are talking, and our referee, Bill Cruz, going to make the call. It looks like, yep, he's going to grab the wrist, holding against the Wildcats, so it's going to push it back. But as you said, Minster's already overcome adversity once on this drive due to a holding penalty. Wouldn't be surprised to see him do it again.
It's not what you want, though, because that's the 2nd consecutive 1st and 10 where they get a hold, and now they're looking at a 1st and 20. So got to kind of get out of their own head right now.
Back on their own 37-yard line, and Schmiesing with the carry, and St. Henry, the defensive wall right there, might have picked up 2. Let's put it on the 40, a gain of 3.
You understand what Minster's trying to do. Yeah, you just want to get some yardage back, maybe break off a decent run there, but St. Henry holding strong on that line.
Yeah, the 3 down linemen, Braden Heitbrink, Alex Post, and Owen Zimmerman. Johnny on the spot on that last play. Steffi getting the play from the sideline. Schmeezing to his left. Play clock at 3. Schmeezing again going to go behind the right side of that offensive line, but the St. Henry defense, the white shirts are there in mass.
And we talked about it earlier. They want somebody else to try to beat them, and Brogan Steffi, they're telling him, you're going to need to throw. You're going to need to toss this ball if you want to beat us. We're not letting you have anything else on the ground. We did it too much in that first quarter. We ain't doing it anymore.
Great point, Jack. I see your thoughts, your philosophy, and how it's being played out by both teams, 100%. Empty backfield for Steffi. Needs to pick up quite a bit of yardage. He's got a man wide open over there, and he drops it. That is Tyler Bergman, I believe, number 27.
And it's the good old-fashioned, he saw the play before he caught the ball. You could see his head turn right before the ball touches his hands. Just, you got to snag that before you can do anything else. And now you have to give the ball back to a St. Henry team that is playing with confidence now and plenty of time to try and tie this game.
Punt, and they do get a penalty on the punt. It's going to be running into or roughing the punter. Let's see what they call. This is a
big call here.
Yeah, big call right here. And he is calling a personal foul there. And that's going to be an automatic first down. Wow.
Right when you think you're going to have a chance, and that happens. Penalties, they're taking every other drive with their penalties, these two teams. Those second drive for each team, clean football, thought we were out of it, and now you see Minster doing it, and now St. Henry with a beautiful opportunity has to step back a little bit and get back into the mindset of, all right, now we got to stop this Minster offense again.
Yeah, let's just call a spade a spade. That stings if you're a St. Henry Redskin fan, because you stopped Minster for the first time tonight, and now you're going to give them the ball back. It's Christmas come early for the Wildcats. Steffi was schmeezing on his left hip. He's going to give it to schmeezing, looking to go off the right side. And again, the St. Henry defense there. You talked about in your keys how St. Henry wants this game to move fast as far as the clock is concerned, run the ball a lot. Well, Minster's helping them out right now. They are going with a steady dose of running the ball, and they're finding it to be tough sledding.
And I understand why. They found that success in that second drive because they had such a balanced drive for Minster. But now St. Henry locked in, making sure they don't get anything on the ground, whether it's schmeezing or Steffi, and going back to wanting them to beat Steffi, to beat them through the air.
And he is going to look to put it up here, and it's tipped and knocked down. Nice job defensively. I think we're going to see that was number 29 again for St. Henry. Owen Zimmerman having himself a first half.
And here you go, St. Henry. You had the mental error of roughing the kicker. You had to get back out on defense, and you keep a clear head, and you're making Minster stare at another 3rd and long. Can you seal the deal this time and get the ball back?
And with Minster being on the St. Henry side of the 50, it might be 2-down territory. Play signaled in from the sideline. Blitz action for St. Henry. Minster picks it up, and it is a nice pitch and catch again between who?
Steffi and Niemeyer.
Yeah.
Just like they picked up at the start of this drive, that other first down. Niemeyer just waiting on the other side of that first down marker, and Steffi delivering him the ball. You don't have to have the big play. You have to have the right play. That one keeps the drive alive.
Yes, 13th play of the drive, pushes the ball down to the St. Henry 33. That's another Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken first down with the 11-yard gain. Steffi all alone in the backfield, going to go for it all. He's got Schmeezing down the middle, and it is complete.
With all intent and purposes, little man going up to get the ball. 5'7", don't tell him that. He's going to go get it. What a play by Schmeezing.
You like that, don't you? That little man out there getting it done. A 25-yard pass completion. First and goal from the 7-yard line for Minster.
Nate Robinson won 3 dunk contests in the NBA. Don't tell me little man can't jump.
Nice. Spud Webb as well.
Spud Webb too, absolutely.
Yes. Steffi going to keep it. And there again, they're trying to go behind the right side of their offensive line, and why not? You've got a first-teamer at right guard in Will Frimmel and a second-teamer at right tackle in Ian Holman. And with Cole Albers on that side, you got a second-team tight end. But St. Henry, they have done a nice job of bottling that up. No gain on the play.
But even though there's no gain, a little bit of a plus when you think about it. They are this deep, and that's the first time Brogan Steffi has run the ball on this drive. He hasn't run the ball much. They're handing it off to Schmeezing or going to the air. So if he can try and find a way to do damage, Minster's in business.
Schmeezing going off the left side, and again, St. Henry there, but he's able to fall forward like you teach your running backs. He's inside the 5, looks like he's down around the 3-yard line. Third and goal, a 4-yard gain.
Just keep the feet moving. It don't matter if your back's to the end zone or not. Keep the feet moving. He does there, able to get an extra 2 yards probably just by backpedaling into that defender.
Again, because of the roughing the punter penalty, this is the 16th play of the drive. St. Henry has been out there on defense for what seems like an eternity here in the second quarter.
And that clock backfiring on him a little bit.
Steffi looking to go over the top, and he does go to Niemeyer, and they knock it away. Excellent job there by Jared Neatfeld to knock that one away. Great quarterback play right there.
Trying to go to a security blanket, and a good play on the ball, just doesn't survive the landing defender right in his grill. And Minster thinking about keeping the offense out there on a big 4th down play.
Yeah, not surprised by this at all. You could go with the 3, but right now you're trying to drive it home, get back up to a 2-score differential, but we have a flag here. Oh, they drew St. Henry off, so you never want to have penalties, but down here, I guess they're going to get 1.5 yards out of it. That's going to push it up to the 1.5 yard line. So that is rather important. But sometimes when you're going half the distance, if you're down there at 1 yard, or you're going to pick up a few inches. Not that big a deal. But right here,
for 4th down,
yes,
at the goal line,
this is important right here, isn't it? That's a big penalty.
St. Henry's held strong on that defensive line, so this Minster offense knows how to get creative. Who's to say they don't run it straight up and maybe take outside?
Steffi looking to throw, going to go to the right front of the end zone, and it's a security blanket again. James Niemeyer.
Hey, Dave, that time he actually corralled that one. I said it when he missed the other one. He is talented enough that he will get another opportunity. There it is. Niemeyer getting the touchdown and building this Wildcat lead.
Steffi to Niemeyer for 1.5 yards. You can tell when they were talking about James Niemeyer not being able to play for Minster, getting him back has been tremendous for Brogan Steffi in particular, but for this whole Minster offense in general. The extra point is good from Beckham Steffi with 4:04 to go in our second quarter. Minster 21, St. Henry 7. It's playoff football, Division 7 style. You're watching it on WOSN. The annual TV44 WOSN funding campaign is underway now. Our goal is to raise $175,000 or more by the end of the year. Your donations stay local and are used to support WTLW and WOSN. Donate today at axministries.com. So that was an 18-play scoring drive. It took 6 minutes and 51 seconds, covering 75 yards, finished off by the Steffi to Niemeyer 1.5-yard pass completion. Here's the return by St. Henry, and number 24 for the Redskins, Danny Stammen, brings that back up to, looks like around the 30-yard line for St. Henry. That's where they will take over.
We mentioned pregame St. Henry wanting to shorten the game, keep the clock ticking. Well, it's kind of backfired on them a little bit. That drive bleeding that clock, leading to a score for Minster. So if you are St. Henry, you want to start speeding it up a little bit, pedal to the metal, try to get at least a score before the half.
Yeah, nice drive here with 3:55 would be what St. Henry would like to accomplish. Not give Minster time to score. Nice run around the right side of the offensive line for Isaiah Horseman.
Good start, positive yardage. That's all you need. It's the little mental wins that can do a lot, but tick, 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 tick. That clock goes. Hopefully they look to get maybe a little more vertical because they can throw.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Throwing the ball, whirling, 56 for 100, 56%, 9 touchdowns, 1 interception, so he makes good decisions back there, and he is going to look to throw it here. Goes to his left, gets his feet set. It's going to be a jump ball out there, and it falls incomplete. The intended receiver, Jack Hulsman.
And good patience by Whirling, and just a good old-fashioned DB wide receiver battle there. Minster coming away with it. You ain't got to pick it off. All you got to do is make sure they don't get it. Right there, Minster getting the win and forcing the third down.
Forcing a third down now, and St. Henry, they are in a situation here where they don't want to give the ball back to Minster with plenty of time in the second quarter. This is a big play for the Redskins offense.
Absolutely. And
Whirling back to pass again, surveys. He's going to look to run. He's going to have to make a move, and he does to get the first down and more.
What a play, being able to look downfield, knowing you need to go vertical, but also seeing you've got green grass in front of you just enough. Get to the sideline, get out of bounds, and stop the clock for once and keep this drive alive. Excellent, excellent play by the quarterback.
That's a Lee's Famous Recipe chicken free throw line. Max Kanapke gave great effort but was unable to get to Whirling before he reached the first down line to gain. St. Henry on their own 45, and they're going to run it up the middle. And again, not much there.
Got a taste of their own medicine just running into the wall at the line of scrimmage there. But once again, that clock starts. This team, believe it or not, behind only Minster and Marion Local, third in the MAC in passing, 156 a game, over 1,500 yards on the year passing, so they know how to get the ball downfield through the air.
Clock is moving, 2:25 remaining in our second quarter. Whirling with an empty backfield. Looks to his left. Then he comes to his right. He's got an open man. It's deflected. And Minster with the interception. That is number one. Yeah, Caleb Kaus. Second team MAC selection. It goes off of the hands of Jared Neefeld. And we see Kaus doing a nice job getting yards after the interception. Minster in business, looking to go up 3 scores.
Good old-fashioned tip drill. That's what you want. You practice that over and over again. Goes off the hands of one and into the hands of another one. You see what I did there, Dave? They're both jerseys won.
Yes, nicely done.
So Minster absolutely looking to close this half out. 2 minutes is plenty of time for this offense, and they're going empty. So you know Brogan Steffi has a chance to do some damage right here.
Yeah, Brogan Steffi looking to be an architect on this drive. Comes out to the flats, finds his man, and that is Tyler Bergman. And he's going to be close to a first down and steps out of bounds to stop the clock as well. It's a 9-yard gain.
Second leading receiver on this team, so we know he knows how to catch the ball too. A lot of communication going on that St. Henry defense.
Yeah, this is where the Offensive Player of the Year makes his money, that being one Brogan Steffi. And we're going to have a timeout by St. Henry. We'll take a timeout as well. 2:05 remaining in the second quarter. 21-7 Minster. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services. Helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit metzgerfinancialservices.com. So St. Henry takes that timeout on second and short. Again, they really have to stiffen up defensively. They do not want to go into halftime down 3 scores, Jack.
And Minster carrying so much momentum, you don't want it to become an avalanche right here.
Steffi, empty backfield. Takes the snap, looks to his right, good penetration, unable to bring him down, and he goes to his left, and he finds a receiver. He caught it with his knee on the ground. That's Dylan Heitkamp, but good scrambling right here by Steffi, and that's what the POY does.
That's exactly what he does. He knows how to make something out of nothing, actually getting a hand on him in the backfield, an arm around him, able to escape, keep his eyes downfield, and find his man.
17-yard pass completion to Heitkamp, and Steffi rolls out to his right, and this time he connects with number 2, Cole Richard, and that's another positive gain. But they're inbounds. Minster doesn't have any timeouts. That's one thing they have done this first half that might not be according to Hoyle. They've used all 3 timeouts. So Steffi's got to architect this drive with no timeouts, and that ball falls incomplete right there.
That's another one where it looks a little tricky. That was high for Cole Richard, but he had another receiver behind him. I think it was Heitkamp. You think maybe he was going for Heitkamp, who found an opening against his defender. So I wonder if he was looking for Heitkamp rather than Richard.
Third and short. You can stop the clock with a first down or with a completion and getting out of bounds. So look for Steffi to use the sidelines to his advantage. Comes to the right side and does exactly that. Tyler Bergman with the catch, and the heat comes from St. Henry just a little too late. Brogan Steffi doing a great job of staying in the pocket and taking the punishment by the St. Henry Redskins.
And that's why he's the second leading receiver on this team. The toe tap, the presence of mind to able to finish the catch, get out of bounds. Excellent by him.
That was an 11-yard gain. Another Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken first down. Steffi continuing to go to the right side. This time it's complete to Niemeyer. And that's going to be down around the 5-6 yard line now.
How many times have we heard that tonight? Steffi to Niemeyer. We're going to probably hear it a lot more in the second half too. But Minster absolutely rolling on this drive.
That's a 7-yard pass completion. Second down and 4, a short 4. A long 3, empty backfield again. 1:13 remaining in our second quarter. Steffi's going to keep this one. The ball's loose, and St. Henry, I think they're going to pick it up. They do drop the beanbag, and it is
ball.
St. Henry football recovered by Brody Schwartz.
What a stop in a moment that you need it. St. Henry able to punch that one out, and it's surprising, no timeouts. Minster wanting to run that with Steffi and potentially keep the clock moving, and it does not work out well. St. Henry, not a lot of time, but like we said, third in the league in passing. There could be some magic in this St. Henry team.
Could be, but I think overall you're going to see St. Henry stay conservative. So the last 2 drives, one by St. Henry, one by Minster, both end with turnovers. And St. Henry going to run the ball up the middle and keep that clock moving now. I think they're going to be content to go down, just go to halftime down 2 scores instead of what looked like it was going to be 3. And that's a win for St. Henry right now.
And you might be down 2 scores, but that fumble on the 1-yard line is enough to swing that momentum and go into halftime with something positive to take away.
Absolutely. Whirling, going to hand it off again. Minster right there for the tackle in the backfield.
Gabe Horseman. And he leads the team, this Minster team, in tackle for a loss at 12.5 coming into this one. So no surprise that he's able to get back there.
And that makes it 3rd down and 8. And St. Henry, they do not need to snap this, and I don't think they're going to. That is the end of the first half. It's been a good one here from Minster High School, second-round playoff action. We'll come back to talk about halftime stats and adjustments for both of these teams. It's MAC football in the playoffs. You're watching it on WOSN. Welcome back to Minster High School, where it's halftime, and we want to thank our presenting sponsor for our discussion of halftime stats and adjustments, Rural First. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Rural First, the leader in rural lending. Rural First can help you live closer to what matters. When you look at the stats here, 21-7, obviously your score, Minster ahead. St. Henry had 4 drives. They missed a field goal on their first drive. Then they had a touchdown, a 1-yard run by Charlie Whirling on their second drive. Then they had the turnover bug, an interception, and then their last drive ended out the half. For Minster, Jack, they had 4 drives, 3 touchdowns. That's a pretty good percentage.
Yep.
You'll take that. Brogan Steffi had a 30-yard TD run. Connor Schmiesing a 5-yard run, and then a pass of 2 yards from Schmiesing to Niemeyer. Their last possession, where they were looking to really put this thing away a little bit in the first half, they fumbled the ball on the 1-yard line. Steffi had that fumble. The numbers a little bit. In passing, Brogan Steffi has 167 yards passing. Charlie Whirling 56, and rushing, St. Henry 11 rushes for 35 yards, Minster 21 for 109. Total yardage, total offense, St. Henry has 91 yards on 19 plays, and Minster has 276 yards on 42 plays. Charlie Whirling leads the way for St. Henry in rushing, 5 carries for 26 yards. And for Minster, it is also the quarterback, Brogan Steffi, leading the way, rushing 9 carries for 68 yards. Receiving, Carter LaGuire for St. Henry, 2 catches for 56 yards. And Minster, James Niemeyer, 6 catches for 50 yards. Jack, how does St. Henry get back into this thing?
Well, you need to mix it up a little bit more on offense. But the plus side is you're only down 2 scores. You do not need to abandon the run yet. Yeah, they were playing behind the whole game, maybe trying to go a little more vertical than normal. You don't have to abandon the run game yet. But when you look at the defensive side of the ball, they're doing fine at the line of scrimmage. You got to get a body on Niemeyer. He is killing you in those soft spots on the sideline vertically. He is having his way as a receiver. You got to get a body on him and let the big men up front keep doing what they do. But for Minster, there's not a lot of adjustments, but maybe inspire the O-line a little bit more. That second quarter, they couldn't do much running right up the gut. They would have to work outside or even just go to the air, and they have to take care of the ball. 2 lost fumbles in that first half, including that crucial one at the 1-yard line trying to extend that lead. And the defense, nothing to be ashamed of there. You only let 7 points go up on the board. Keep bringing pressure, keep forcing them to make indecisive plays.
So there are your adjustments for the second half. St. Henry, they're going to get the football first. Let's see if they can put a drive together. You're watching high school playoff football on WOSN. Tonight's scoreboard is sponsored by Stockler Concrete in St. Henry. With us, you are more than a number. Teams are on the field. I'm Dave Bowen. The guy beside me with your color commentator, Jack McGuire, and here is the second half kickoff. St. Henry, they had a great kickoff return in the first half. They're looking to do it again here. That is Danny Stammen, and he gets the ball all the way back close to midfield where St. Henry will start their opening drive of the third quarter.
At least that's one aspect of this game that St. Henry has had a lot of reliability. Special teams able to put them in good position and make good plays.
So keys to the game for St. Henry on offense, they want to run the ball and eat clock, calculated risk, play aggressive, no turnovers. They can stay with their game plan right now,
Absolutely.
but they'll feel very, very much more comfortable with that if they can put some points on the board on this first drive. They run the jet sweep to begin with. Carter LaGuire, we called his name a lot in the first half. He gets the first carry here in the third quarter, picks up 2.
But there's our point made. Right out of the gate, going to the ground, trying to get something going, able to pick up a couple yards.
2nd and 8 for the Redskins. You make the adjustments, both sides of the football. That first drive of the third quarter, so critical. Whirling empties out the backfield, and he goes to his running back around the left side, and they pick up positive yardage. Good pursuit there by Minster, but pass and catch, whirling to LaGuire again, makes it 3rd and 4.
Seems like both offenses, it's the same two guys. For Minster, it's Steffi to Niemeyer, and for St. Henry, it's Whirling to LaGuire. Names we've been hearing all night.
St. Henry on Minster's side of the 50 at the 45-yard line. Whirling hands it off, and around the right side, nicely done by Isaiah Horseman. And again, a nice hole opened up by the right side of that offensive line. He goes behind the second team max selection, Alex Post at right guard, and Anderson Kremer at right tackle. That's a good enough for Lee's famous recipe chicken first down.
And commend the blockers able to get these runners into positions where they can pick up positive yardage.
And they're going to stay with the run game. Again, it is Horseman with the carry.
Schmiesen getting his hand on him first, slowing him down. And then you got Will Frimmel finishing the deal.
1 yard gain, 2nd and 9.
And start this drive, no pass attempts yet, all on the ground. We mentioned they can stick with that game plan still, and they're very much doing so.
Yeah, the perfect recipe for St. Henry is push this down, put it in the end zone, eat up some time, and it keeps the ball out of the hands of number 12 in black, Brogan Steffi.
Absolutely.
LaGuire with the ball again on the jet sweep, brings it back the other way, almost breaks it, but there's Connor Schmiesing. We see it on the Burke Petroleum replay, Jack.
A collective effort there. Looks like Bornhorst making first contact. Good presence of mind by LaGuire. Tried to get loose and go the other way, but a collective effort by Minster to keep him in that backfield and get them for a loss. So now St. Henry looking at a long 3rd down.
Yeah, they lose 2 yards on the play. A TFL for Connor Schmiesing. Charlie Whirling looks to throw. Here comes the pressure, and there's number 57, Will Frimmel, interior lineman, first team for the MAC, and that is a big play defensively for the Minster Wildcats. St. Henry's going to have to punt.
And that's what he does, just overpowering people, getting to the quarterback, getting them down, and now St. Henry, after a decent first down pickup to start the drive, having to give the ball back to that explosive Minster offense.
9 yard loss on the play. Punting it away is Owen Zimmerman, and it's going to roll down to the Minster, looks like the 20 or the
11, it looks
the
like.
11-yard line. Thank you. So Minster will take over on their own 11-yard line. 8 minutes to go in the third quarter, and we've seen them put together an 80-yard drive already in this game, albeit with the help of a roughing the punter call. But again, Minster, they have been explosive on offense. St. Henry unable to come up with anything on their first drive.
And you got to think, there's got to be some motivation there, having been a yard away from extending that lead to end the half, and now they get the ball back. You know they want to take it to St. Henry and do some damage here.
Steffi hands it off to Schmiesing, and he comes around the right side, picks up positive yardage, taken down by Brody Schwartz. Looks like he picks up 3 on the play, pushes the ball out to the 14-yard line.
Schmiesing just willing to take on everyone at any given moment when he's handed the ball. That time, just a little bit overpowered. Gets the positive yardage, but not much more.
Yeah, Steffi utilizing all of his weapons. Schmiesing in the backfield, Niemeyer and Heitkamp catching the football, and Steffi calls his own number on this one, and he's going to pick up the first down right at the line to gain, but they're going to put that on the 23-yard line. That's a Minster first down, a Lee's famous recipe chicken first down as well.
We mentioned what he did through the air, but that first half he had 68 yards on the ground, and that last drive they had until that fumble, he didn't run it much, so you wonder if Minster maybe wants to get Steffi a little more involved. Never thought I would say that, because he does everything for this team.
Yeah, but I see where you're coming from there. Looks to his right, and he goes with the out pass play, and it is completed.
To Bergman.
Yes. Tyler Bergman with the catch, the 5'8", 160-pound sophomore.
And Minster really working the sideline really well, especially during that 2-minute drill to end at the end of the first half, knowing that that's where they're leaving the receivers open. Steffi delivering it on a dime every time.
Only a 4-yard gain, but it was on first down. It was a pass out to the flat. It sets things up for you offensively, 2nd and 6. Schmiesing on the right hip of Steffi, and he is going to get the football. There's some green pasture, and he finds it. He breaks it loose. He's at the 50, the 40, 30, 20, 10. They're going to get him. It looks like our officials are hustling down.
They're calling it.
Yeah, I think his knee hit at the 1-yard line, or did he get in?
It looked like his knee hit, but I think the ball was over the plane when it hit.
Let's see it on the Burke Petroleum replay.
We mentioned there was a play in the first half similar to this where he didn't hand it off to Schmiesing that time. He finds the open field, and right here, yeah, that knee goes down, but that ball's over. It crosses the plane when it goes down. What an explosive play for Minster to build this lead.
A great shot by our camera folks, Megan Sherrick and Jonathan Young. The touchdown, 73-yard run for Connor Schmiesing. And Minster strikes first here in the third quarter. Beckham Steffi with the PAT, and it is good. 6:31 to go in your third quarter. Minster 28, St. Henry 7. Whether you're interested in an associate or bachelor's degree, Wright State University Lake Campus offers something for you. Visit lake.wright.edu to apply today. Wright State University, our touchdown sponsor. That drive for Minster covered 4 plays and a total of 86 yards. Took 1 minute and 29 seconds. Finished off a 73-yard run, touchdown run by number 10 for Minster, Connor Schmiesing.
That's his longest of the year coming in. His longest run before is 52, so way to put it on St. Henry right away and really let the air out of the Redskins. They need an answer here, and now you got to think, do you want to go vertical and try to fight that clock and keep yourself in this game by going a little quicker.
This was not on my bingo card, Jack. I did not see a 21-point lead either way. I thought it was going to be a Donnybrook, but Minster imposing their will offensively. St. Henry unable to do anything consistently on the offensive side of the ball thus far tonight, with the exception of their one drive. That run back by Danny Stammen takes the ball out close to the 40-yard line. St. Henry has had good starting field position for the most part this evening.
And usually football teams, the offense and defense looks out for each other. You want the offense to put long methodical drives to give the defense rest. Tonight, special teams are giving the Redskins opportunity after opportunity. Even on that punt, they pinned Minster back to start that last drive, but the Redskins are unable to take advantage of such good field position all night.
Whirling in the empty backfield, 3 to the top, comes down to the bottom, and he does complete the pass there to Carter LaGuire, but defensively,
Cole Richards laying the boom.
Does a nice job, but a pickup of 4 on the play. And again, you're looking to find something positive. St. Henry does right there with the 4-yard gain, makes it 2nd and 6. The series here between St. Henry and Minster, all time, St. Henry has 36 wins. Minster has 18. There's been one tie. 2nd down and 6 for the Redskins. And that ball is handed off to number 6 for St. Henry. That's Drew Langenkamp. Langenkamp hasn't had many carries this evening, and they have found it tough sledding up the middle, but that's a 3-yard gain for the Redskins. Puts the ball at the 48. And again, a big 3rd down play here for St. Henry.
Despite fighting the clock now, staying on schedule is all you want for St. Henry. And they're doing that right now, trying to get something.
Empty backfield, Whirling looking to throw, and he does. Out to the right side. He finds Niefeld, and he gets down the sideline for a 1st down, a Lee's Famous Recipe chicken 1st down.
And you go from staying on schedule to getting a big play there, getting deep into Minster territory, keeping this drive alive. And they're moving a little quicker. They're going to the air. They're moving this ball downfield. It's what you're going to need if you want to stay in this game.
That's a 16-yard pass completion. Whirling to Nietfeld. And you're right. Staying on schedule, St. Henry being methodical here. They do have to pick up the pace a little bit. But again, you got to stay within what you do. Whirling going to go a little option football here. And he makes the pitch to Drew Langenkamp. Goes out of bounds, so that's going to stop the clock for St. Henry.
That's about the only plus there. Kudos to Minster just following the motion of that offense and able to stop them. Looks like for a loss now behind the line of scrimmage. So
yeah,
win there for Minster, but the solace St. Henry can find is that clock stops.
Clock stops, and Minster, a great job of pursuing the football. They've done that all night long. Their speed has shown up everywhere on the field. Whirling steps back, looks down the middle, tries to squeeze that one into Niefeld right there. Had 2 defenders. That was going to be a tough play to connect.
And he's had a few moments tonight where it feels like he's forcing a bit. He's sailed some balls high, that one just out of reach, and he's been getting protection. His offensive line is allowing him the time to try and find these guys. He's just got to connect.
St. Henry, 6 state championships underneath their belt, 8 Midwest Athletic Conference championships. Minster, 3 state championships, 5 MAC championships. 3rd and 11. Whirling. He finds his receiver this time. That's Jack Hulsman. Nice gain right there.
He looks like he's right at the line. Great there. He actually finds his man, and they're going to give him the 1st down.
That's a Lee's Famous Recipe chicken 1st down. A gain of 11 on the play. And St. Henry again putting together a nice drive, but if you're Minster, you're like, you can take as much time as you want. We might even give you 7 points if you take another 3 or 4 minutes to get there.
Go ahead, let the clock bleed.
Whirling drops the ball right there, picks it up. It was a quarterback run the whole way, but because he dropped the football, gave the Minster defense that much more time to thwart any positive yardage for Whirling on that play.
And that's all you want. You don't want to lose the ball. You don't want to take the loss. Just pick it up, run it where you can. They actually, I think, do mark him down for a 1-yard loss, but you don't want to give this ball back down 3 scores.
Three to the bottom, 2 to the top. Empty backfield for Charlie Whirling. Rolls to his left, and he does find LaGuire. And LaGuire's going to find some positive yardage after the catch, Jack.
And a great move by LaGuire there, shedding the defender and able to pick up a few extra yards before being sent out of bounds. So
looks like they're going to mark it right at the 18-yard line. Pickup of 7 on the pass completion.
And you go from 2nd and long to 3rd and manageable thanks to the efforts of LaGuire once again.
And definitely 2-down territory if you're St. Henry. Right away, Whirling, and he completes the pass, and that is to LaGuire.
That young man wants it. It's those plays like that that you can see how bad somebody wants to win a football game, and LaGuire literally taking it from the defender and able to pick up even more yardage for the first down and putting them inside the 10.
Yeah, it's at the 7-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. That was a pickup of 11, and you're right. LaGuire wanted it. Cole Richard was the defender on the play. He picks that off. There's nobody between him and New Bremen, and fortunate for St. Henry that they completed it and picked up a positive. Could have been a big negative. There's another play to LaGuire, and that one falls incomplete.
Whirling trusting to try and put it where his receiver can get it, leaves it just mere inches out of reach for him to snag that. He had his toes where he needed to be, just needed that ball in his hands.
2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. The 12th play coming up of this drive for St. Henry. They've had the ball since the 6:25 mark of the 3rd quarter.
And a score here, your defense knows they can stop Minster. They've done it before if it weren't for that roughing the kicker or roughing the punter.
Whirling going to keep it, goes around the right side, and he is going to find the end zone. The Redskins, they reach pay dirt with 2:56 remaining in our 3rd quarter.
Surprise, surprise, Whirling running it in. This time going to that right side, finding not even just a hole, just open space, and able to walk in for the touchdown. St. Henry not saying die yet.
And the extra point. It splits the uprights for Owen Zimmerman. 2:56 to go in our 3rd quarter. St. Henry, they don't score on the first drive of the 2nd half, but they do with the 2nd time they get the football. 28-14 Minster. You're watching playoff football on WOSN. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. St. Henry, new life here. They cut it back to a 2-score advantage for Minster. They're kicking it off, and Minster, they're going to field that ball at the 15-yard line, looking to find a hole. And here comes, is that Connor Schmeezing? Yes, it is. Gets it on St. Henry's side of the 50, and what an answer by Minster on the kickoff return, trying to get momentum back on their side of this football field.
And it's all Schmeezing. Starts off with that 70-plus yard touchdown run, and now here returning it into Redskins territory. an impressive outing by him in this second half so far.
I'm Dave Bowen, doing your play-by-play. My color commentator, Jack McGuire. Jack, you mentioned in the first half, special teams have shown themselves in this game in various ways. Kickoff returns, really for St. Henry, it's been there, but Minster does it right there.
Standing out so much. Great field position for both teams tonight on multiple occasions. And St. Henry getting so much confidence, you don't want Minster starting here.
Brogan Steffi, and he hands that off to Heitkamp. And Heitkamp goes around the left side, doesn't pick up much, maybe a yard.
And that's what they're going to give him, is a yard.
So it'll be on the St. Henry 48.
And that's what you want if you're St. Henry to start this. I said it before, they've proven they can stop this Minster offense. They did it before, but a costly penalty kept that drive alive. Right there, you stop them for only a yard, which for this offense, if you're going against it, is a win.
Yeah, you've got them behind the chains a little bit now, 2nd and 9. Steffi takes the shotgun snap, comes down to the bottom of the screen, and he completes that too, as you referenced in the first half, his security blanket, number 15, James Niemeyer.
But again, finding Niemeyer has been the theme all night, but that time where he was, not out of bounds, trying to keep the clock going, but now Minster looking at a third and middle ground. Do you want to try to find a hole with the run? Steffi's been able to find 9-10 yards a carry when he runs up the gut. Do you want to try and throw? You've had multiple occasions where you just spot a receiver across the line and get it to him. Interesting to see what's going to happen here.
And Heitkamp keeps the ball, goes around the left side of that offensive line. Grady Hine, Evan Prenger, and Tyler Hess, and he picks up the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken first down.
Perfect blocking there, especially from Isaac Larger, able to open up that field and get that first down. Great call, great execution by Minster there.
9-yard running play for Minster. Again, you're at that point in the game here at the end of the third quarter. Minster wants to put a drive together here and find pay dirt. St. Henry, they'd like to get a turnover and cut this to a one-possession game with an offensive possession. And there goes Heitkamp again around the left side. He's got the first down and more inside the 25-yard line. This Minster offense, it's clicking.
And coming into this game, Heitkamp only just over 100 yards rushing on the season. This drive, they are going to him on a consistent basis, and he is getting them the yardage they need. But most importantly, they are keeping that clock ticking.
12-yard gain, 24 seconds on the quarter clock, 16 on the play clock. Minster will have to run one more play this quarter. Steffi hands it. No, he keeps it himself this time. And no to little gain at all right there. Carson Herod on the stop to lead the way for St. Henry. That's going to be the end of our third quarter. St. Henry picks up a touchdown. They cut it to a 2-score game. Minster 28, St. Henry 14. It's high school football, MAC style, playoff style on WOSN. Welcome back to Minster High School, and we want to thank our first down sponsor. It's Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, located in Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's, locally owned and operated. Lee's is not just famous for chicken, we're famous for catering too. It's Minster football. They're looking to put a drive together here at the end of the third, beginning of the fourth quarter. Steffi looks to his left, and he finds a receiver. It's Dylan Heitkamp, and he's going to pick up positive yardage. Heitkamp has been to Steffi what Niemeyer has been to Whirling, Jack.
Yeah, I mean, that first half, Steffi finding Niemeyer constantly. But this drive alone, not even the half, this drive alone, it is all Heitkamp running the ball. Now catching the ball, which is what he's normally known for, leading this team in receptions, showing why he's not just a first-team All-MAC receiver, but a first-team All-MAC weapon. getting the job done on this drive, trying to put the nail in the coffin here.
That's the sixth play of the drive. It's another Lee's Famous Recipe chicken first down. 1st and 10 from the 11. Steffi fakes the handoff to Schmeezing, and he finds his receiver number 2 out there, Cole Richard, wide open. Touchdown, Minster Wildcats.
And just a perfect spot there. Runs the slant right up the gut. Steffi, perfect protection, solid delivery, and Minster all but sealing this one.
They go up by 20. They're going to look to put the extra point up there. Again, that's Beckham Steffi. Your holder is James Niemeyer. It's down, it's up, and football, which is played predominantly with the hands. There you see it done with the foot. Beckham Steffi with the extra point. 35-14, 11:21 to go in our fourth. St. Henry, they've got to answer. Has your family moved away and they are high school sports fans? Tell them about the WOSN channel streaming app for only $8 per month. Download from Roku or Apple TV or sign up at app.wosn-tv. So a 49-yard scoring drive covering 7 plays, 3 minutes and 26 seconds, finished off by the Steffi to Richard 11-yard pass. St. Henry with the kick return. That is Danny Stahman again out there, and he is stopped by the Minster kick team.
And let's emphasize stopped, because
yes,
that's arguably, and it's not even bad, the worst return they've had all night. Comes in a bad spot, because now if you're St. Henry, you need a little bit of magic and a lot of pedal to the metal if you're going to have a chance to get back in this game.
Yeah, and you know, this St. Henry offense, you can see the strengths of it. It's in that being a methodical, grinded out kind of offense. As we said in the opening, they want to fight you in a phone booth.
Yep.
Well, when you're down 21 in the fourth quarter, you got to change character a little bit, and that can be tough. Hey, Whirling looks to run, and then he's going to go with the pass. It's deflected, and it falls incomplete. That was intended for Braden Heath, broken up by Caleb Kaus.
I like it. Faking the run, opening things up downfield. He had his man. Solid defense by Minster, nearly able to pick it off, just out of the reach of a defender there. But St. Henry showing they know what they need to do, and they had a chance there.
Yeah, I like the design of that play as well. Cornerbacks and safeties, they typically don't fall for those fakes, but that one, with what St. Henry has done in this game, I thought that it might work. Whirling goes out to his left, and he decides to keep it. He's going to pick up positive yardage, but not much, maybe 2 at the most.
Yeah, he was trying to find a man downfield. I saw him looking, and maybe in that instance, instead of trying to run it up the gut, maybe throw it away. That clock needs to be your friend at this point. And yeah, you gain 2 yards, but how important are those 2 yards if you've got 20, 25 seconds coming off the clock?
Empty backfield again for Charlie Whirling, the second team MAC selection behind the Offensive Player of the Year on the other side of the ball, Brogan Steffi. Whirling scrambles, and he is not going to be able to get away from Gabe Bornhorst, a second team MAC selection.
Leads this team in not only tackle for loss, but also sacks coming into this game. And you see it right there. His pursuit is relentless as they put St. Henry in a 4th down situation that may be the ball game.
Yeah, they've got to go for this, and it is 4th and long. That was an 11-yard sack play by Gabe Bornhorst. And for all intents and purposes, the game is on the line right here, Jack.
Absolutely.
You can't give Minster a short field, and that's what will happen
here
if they don't get the first down.
Got to get creative.
Whirling goes back, surveys, There's the rush, and they're going to take him down again.
Bornhorst again.
Yes, back-to-back plays.
He is absolutely a bully on that line. He had one noticeable play in the first half that kept him under control in the first half. Right there, he wanted to call game. He was not going to let him release that ball.
So in successive plays, Bornhorst takes Whirling down 11 yards behind the line of the scrimmage and then 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. 17 yards total in negative plays for St. Henry. They turn it over on downs. Now look for Minster to be, you're telling your offensive lineman, get after it because we're going to run the football now. Steffi, he hands it off. And that is handed off to, I believe, I didn't quite pick up the numbers, at number 20. Yeah, that's his first carry of the night as far as I can remember. Dominic Meyer, maybe second, but yeah, that's his first carry of the night. And fresh legs in the backfield. Minster,
not only is it just bleed the clock, you have field position that if you tell your guys up front, get the blocks, why not put another touchdown on the board and make sure that this thing's put away?
This time, handed off again. No gain. Dominic Meyer again with the carry. Maybe picks up 1 yard. It's going to be on the 15-yard line of St. Henry.
And you're looking at the potential of this ball not getting snapped till close to the 8-minute mark. These guys just ripping this clock away from St. Henry, who wanted that to come into the game, but it has just completely been the reverse, all in favor of Minster.
St. Henry last week, they put a demon to rest. They beat New Bremen 13-10 the first week of the playoffs. That was the first time in 25 years that St. Henry had won a playoff game. Now, they hadn't played against a MAC team, and they hadn't played a MAC team every year for 25 years, but they got that win last year. But right now, it looks like Minster is going to move on with 7:38 to go. But it's fourth down now, and I'd look for Minster to continue to run the ball here. Well, they could throw it now and try and pick up the first down via either the
absolutely, because
or the run.
You're inside the 20. You can try to throw it, get the first down, and just keep that clock ticking. And if you don't get it, terrible field position for St. Henry to start. I mean, it's a win-win in all honesty, and they've got it empty right now.
Yes, empty. 3 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Brogan Steffi takes the shotgun snap, and he's going to go across the middle. Who's he looking for? None other than?
Niemeyer.
And it's incomplete. So the St. Henry defense gets the job done as far as keeping Minster out of the end zone. And St. Henry's going to get the ball back with 7:02 to go in our game. But they're going to be starting deep in their own territory on their 16-yard line.
And be prepared for St. Henry to maybe call some home run plays here. Get those receivers downfield at the 40, the 50. See if they can not only get yardage, but try to make a play after the catch.
Yeah, the problem with that, though, is the defensive line for Minster, they can pin their ears back and just look to attack Whirling because he's going to be looking to throw the ball like he is right here. Get some air under it, and it is intercepted. It's Niemeyer. He's bringing it back. And it's going to be Minster ball again. There was some contact out there, but no flags, and that's a good no call. Again, Whirling trying to find number 1, Niefeld, and he went down, yeah.
But Brogan Steffi's been throwing it to Niemeyer all day. Why not Whirling give it a shot? But once again, St. Henry just wanting to stay in this game so desperately. 1 man downfield, 2 defenders on him. I understand wanting to go for him, but that's another one of those moments where it's all risk, no reward. Maybe throw it out of bounds, try to give yourself another chance.
So Minster takes over off the turnover and right up the middle. Dominic
Did
Meyer.
St. Henry
Yeah,
take the
he
football
fumbled
out
the
of his
football.
arm?
We got the Burke Petroleum replay. Let's see what we get there. Good contact.
He ripped it
did.
out of his arm.
Nicely done by Braden Heath. So in one play, St. Henry gets the football back with 6:40 remaining.
Who would have thought 6:40 in the fourth quarter, regardless of score, you have teams trading turnovers as opposed to trading touchdowns.
Back-to-back plays, the interception and then the strip fumble.
And even before that, the fourth down stop on Minster, not converting there. So you've got 3 straight turnovers. Well, here we go.
Yeah.
St. Henry, another shot. Why not?
It's not a stiff breeze or anything, but the wind has picked up a little bit here at Memorial Field. Whirling, empty backfield, rolls to his left. And he's putting that one up in the air again.
One-on-one.
LaGuire, he comes back and he catches it.
With a flag.
Yeah, I think he was held while that ball was in the air, and they'll decline this one because this is a great play for St. Henry.
Go to the guy who's been making the plays all night. And with that penalty, stops the clock. LaGuire, so impressive today trying to keep these Redskins in the game. Great game he's had tonight.
He sure has. Cole Richard on the coverage. Ball was underthrown a little bit, and that's where you do see that pass interference call happen a lot. That was a 38-yard pass completion, and it is on the Minster 38-yard line as well. And they're going to go down the left side to Scott LaGuire again. And he was out of bounds. The Minster defensive backfield helping the official make this call. Yeah, he did.
Foot landed right on the line.
Yeah, and
can't stop the catch.
Carter LaGuire just frustrated right there. Great catch, but yes, last foot before he left the ground to reel that one in, he touched the out of bounds line, and his first foot coming back in did as well. Yeah,
2 guys back there. You think that's enough, but why not add a third defender in that sideline, and it works out for him. But it also stops the clock for St. Henry.
Whirling. Again, back to pass. Good job by the offensive line to give him time. And that pass is completed. And that is not to number 8, but to number 9, Landon Schwartz. I believe that's his first reception of the game.
And Will Knappy coming in for the aggressive tackle to make sure he's not getting any yards after that catch.
Takes the ball down to the 29-yard line of Minster. A gain of 9. Straight run by Whirling the whole way to pick up the first down. That'll stop the clock. And he does get down to the 25-yard line.
St. Henry took a lot of time on that last play, though. About 15 seconds came off that clock before they ran another play.
So 1st and 10, a Lee's Famous Recipe chicken first down for St. Henry, and they've got it on the Minster 26-yard line.
A lot of time coming off the clock despite getting the first down and stopping it.
Blitz off the edge by St. Henry. They go the other way, and it is a completed pass. And down to the 20-yard line. But Drew Langenkamp cannot get out of bounds, or does he? They stopped the clock, so he must have.
He did get out of bounds.
Okay.
I think the momentum of the tackle carried him out.
Gets it down to the 22. There was a lot of action on that play, but it only picked up 3 yards, Jack. They can't afford, St. Henry can't afford to have.
This drive started with them going vertical quite a bit, and then all of a sudden they're just looking for these short, quick plays.
2nd and 6. There's the rush. Whirling unable to escape. Connor Schmeezing with the sack. We see it on the Burke Petroleum replay.
And that's the benefit of the smaller frame, just the speed coming off the edge and able to wrap around Whirling. And now the clock keeps ticking, and they're pinned back.
Yeah, that's an 11-yard loss on the sack.
Minster just being aggressive. That couple drives ago gave Bornhorst the 2 big tackles for loss, and then Schmeezing there getting in the backfield.
That's the 4th sack of the second half for Minster. Whirling lets this one go, and it's intercepted.
Niemeyer
James
again.
Niemeyer, yes.
He is catching everything today.
He gets the second interception here of the second half. Just plain spy back there. We see it on the replay, and Minster's going to take over. And with 4:01 to go and the 35-14 lead, Minster really, really looking good right now.
And now it's for Minster, you look to put this game away. You don't want to play not to lose, obviously. It helps having a 21-point lead, but how methodical their offensive line has allowed them to run the ball this second half. Look for them to just absolutely obliterate that clock with how much field they have to work with.
Yeah, and as an offensive line, this is what you love. You know you're running the football, so you can just look to attack the defense. A lot of guys in the box for St. Henry. Going to be tough sledding, but positive yardage right there. I believe that was Dylan Heitkamp. Yeah, Dylan Heitkamp with the carry.
Who's been getting a lot of carries in this second half as opposed to Schmeezing.
Takes that ball up to the 28-yard line. That's a gain of 5. Churn out a couple first downs, and although St. Henry has 3 timeouts, that's not going to assist them in any way. They'll probably just keep them in their back pocket.
Yep.
If you get a 3rd down and long, maybe you use one there, but you got to stiffen up defensively. And right there, there's, again, fresh legs in the backfield. Dylan Heitkamp. And
he gets the first down.
Yeah, he picks up a Lee's Famous Recipe chicken free throw line, gets the ball, or free throw, first down again.
There we go.
There, I'll get it. It's that time of year where we're
couple weeks away, Dave.
Yep.
I promise. It'll get here.
The old basketball coach, it's coming through. I apologize. 6-yard gain. 1st and 10, Minster on their own 34-yard line.
And that clock is starting to.
Well, they've stopped the clock here. Is it equipment?
There's a young man coming off with his helmet off, so I don't know if it's
Yeah.
equipment or did it come off and we didn't see it.
And they're checking him, so maybe it was an injury timeout. But
Very possible.
yeah, that was Isaiah Horseman, and he did run off the field, so that's a good sign. The clock is running now. Play clock at 25, and we may sit here for a little while to let it run down. Steffi is not going to be in a hurry.
And no reason to be. This game, you have it under wraps. You just got to get that clock to zeros.
10 seconds on the play clock. They snap it. And coming around the left edge and finding daylight. That's Dylan Heitkamp. He's going to go all the way for a Minster touchdown. That is a 66-yard touchdown run for Minster.
Well, you can either bleed the clock or you can just increase the lead. And Heitkamp, we mentioned that he was getting all these carries in this second half, and he wanted to put this one away, breaks it off down the sideline. An impressive performance by Heitkamp running the ball in this second half.
Yeah, they've rotated players in the backfield, has Minster, so those fresh legs have come to fruition, putting the St. Henry defense at a disadvantage. And with 2:15, we've got Beckham Steffi lined up for the extra point. James Niemeyer, your holder, and the extra point is good. With 2:15 to go in our 4th quarter, your score, Minster 42, St. Henry 14. We'll be back after these.
When
we'd like to thank tonight's touchdown sponsor, Wright State University. Whether you're interested in an associate or bachelor's degree, Wright State University Lake Campus offers something for you. Visit lake.wright.edu to apply today. That was a 3-play drive for Minster covering 77 yards, capped off by a 66-yard touchdown run by Dylan Heitkamp, covering 1 minute and 44 seconds, and that was the proverbial nail in the coffin, Jack.
Did you ever expect to see this score
for
either squad, in favor of either squad coming into this one? You and I both agreed that this one had a chance to be quite the showing with no rain, good weather, and Minster making a statement to the rest of the region.
Danny Stammen fields that return. He's still got the ball. He's bringing it back to his right, and he's picking up excellent yardage again on a kickoff return by St. Henry, close to midfield. With 2:03, St. Henry will take over on their own 49-yard line.
A little bit of irony. Charlie Winner on that tackle. So,
yeah.
But once again, special teams has been the one to put both these teams in really good position all throughout the night. St. Henry just not able to capitalize on those opportunities.
Yeah, it's just been really complimentary football on Minster's side of the ball. Their offense has taken advantage of opportunities. But their defense has been real strong as well.
But and on offense, we always talk about Brogan Steffi. So many different names being said tonight to make a difference for this Minster team.
Whirling tries to go to Carter LaGuire right there, and that one goes off of LaGuire's hands. Little lapse in concentration. You know, we saw 2 balls dropped by Minster receivers where they were wide open. Again, a lot of times players, if they're that wide open, it just makes it that hard. You got to stay focused on the football, but you're thinking about your next step, and that might have been what Carter LaGuire was doing right there.
Absolutely. And you like seeing these guys still trying to get something going, try to go out on this night on a good note.
2nd and 10 for St. Henry. Whirling going to keep that one. And looks like he might get to midfield for a pickup of 1 on the play.
Once again, this Minster defense, though, first half it was pretty basic. Both lines of scrimmage controlling everything, but able to find success for both teams in that secondary. And now, really in this fourth quarter, that Minster defense decided they were going to take it up a notch, and looks like we got a mass substitution here. Some young guys getting in.
Yeah, St. Henry taking their starters off the field here. Again, a season that 7-4 coming into this game. I think we had maybe what you would call an illegal substitution, or we're just resetting the clock, the play clock. 1:04 to go. St. Henry's going to finish 7-5. Again, 5-3 in the MAC. A solid year for the Redskins, as now taking the football, going around the left side is Landon Schwartz. And I think he gets enough for a first down. We see him going around the left side on the Burke Petroleum replay.
Freshman showing some athleticism, taking advantage of the time he gets.
And they haven't signaled first down yet.
They got about a yard to go.
Okay.
So why not get a little situational football for these young guys who you're going to look to for the future? Give them a chance to try and convert a fourth down.
And they hand this one off. And Minster gets a tackle for loss, and they're going to get the ball on downs. The runner was Will Speck. And
that's it.
That is going to be it. And Minster takes the victory tonight. They'll advance to the 3rd round. We'll be back to wrap this one up. You are watching high school football on WOSN. Welcome back to Memorial Field at Minster High School, where your final score is Minster 42, St. Henry 14. Minster scores in every stanza tonight, and they bookend it. They score 14 in the first. Both Minster and St. Henry score a touchdown in the second and the third quarters, and then Minster outscores St. Henry 14-0 to make our final score 42-14. Jack McGuire, this Minster football team, you can tell why they were third in the MAC this year, very competitive with Coldwater, and then they fell 21-0 against Marion Local, but man, they played well tonight and they're going to advance.
They've had blowouts. What a complete game by this squad. And it starts with Brogan Steffi. He did what he usually does, 197 yards passing, and you look at the other guys. It's always about Brogan Steffi when you come to a Minster game. But you had Brogan Steffi run one in, Schmiesing run two in, Niemeyer caught a touchdown pass, Heitkamp, who's the number one receiver on this team, broke off a 66-yard touchdown run, and he actually had 120 yards rushing, and 100 yards rushing, and then Schmiesing had the 120. Two guys with 100-plus yards on the ground. Unbelievable outing by the Minster offense, and then their defense staying solid the entire game and knowing that in the fourth quarter it was time to take it up a notch, getting those backfield drops on Whirling, getting those interceptions, just absolutely dominating from start to finish.
Yeah, St. Henry had put together a really nice back half of the season, and it was predicated on their defense. Again, we mentioned they did not allow any opponent to score more than 2 touchdowns in their 5-game winning streak leading up to tonight. But Minster, they put it together. With the win, Minster, they're going to advance. They will play the winner of Cincinnati College Prep and Fort Loramie, and we'll look to see how that's going to play out. You can see the bracket right here, the bottom half of it, the number 2 seed. They're either going to take on College Prep, the number 3 seed, or Fort Loramie, a school they are familiar. What do you got?
Just went final. Minster is going to get College Prep in the next round. They beat Fort Loramie 18-7. So Minster getting ready to play the 3rd seed in their region with a 2 going against a 3.
So Minster, a local team, we wish them the best of luck moving forward. We want to thank Josh Clooney, the athletic director here at Minster High School, and then our crew, John Young, Megan Sherrick, Brad Hughes, my partner, helping out with some stats, and then our technical director, Jennifer Beck. For Jack McGuire, I'm Dave Bowen, and until next time, may all of your Hail Marys fall harmlessly into the arms of the intended receiver. Thank you for watching high school football on WSN. So long, everybody.